On a bright Saturday morning, Mia woke up excited. The sun shone through her window and the birds chirped sweetly outside. Today was perfect for an adventure. At 12 years old, she was full of energy and curiosity. She quickly dressed and raced downstairs to join her family for breakfast. "Mia, slow down!" her mother called, laughing as Mia nearly tripped over her own feet. "You're going to make yourself sick." "Sorry, Mom," Mia said with a grin, shoving a piece of toast into her mouth. After breakfast, she grabbed her backpack and headed outside, eager to explore the nearby forest. It was a place of magic for her, full of tall trees, colorful flowers, and the sounds of nature. As she wandered through the woods, Mia imagined herself as a brave explorer, discovering new worlds. She loved pretending she was on a mission, finding treasures and hidden paths. Her heart raced with excitement, and her imagination took flight. Suddenly, she heard a strange noise coming from above. Looking up, Mia saw a bright flash of light in the sky. At first, she thought it was just a plane, but the light was too bright and too fast. It zipped across the sky, making no sound. Mia's curiosity got the better of her. She decided to follow the light. With each step, she felt more and more excited. She pushed through the trees, the branches brushing against her arms. The light grew brighter, and soon it hovered just above the clearing ahead. As Mia stepped into the clearing, she gasped. The bright light transformed into a massive spaceship, shining like a star. It looked strange and beautiful, with swirling colors and sharp edges. But something felt wrong. A chill ran down her spine. Before she could run back home, a door on the spaceship opened with a loud hiss. Out came tall, shadowy figures with glowing eyes. They looked alien, nothing like she had ever seen. Fear gripped her heart. "What are they?" she thought, but she couldn't move. The aliens surrounded her, their eyes glowing like lanterns in the dark. "Human!" one of them hissed, its voice cold and harsh. Mia's instincts kicked in and she turned to run, but they were too quick. A powerful beam of light shot from their hands and engulfed her. In an instant, everything went black. When Mia opened her eyes again, she found herself in a small, dark room. The air felt cold and heavy. She sat up quickly, heart pounding. "Where am I?" she thought, glancing around. The walls were metal, and strange machines buzzed softly around her. Panic rose in her chest as she realized she was alone. She tried to stand, but her legs felt weak. "I need to get out of here," she whispered to herself. She pressed her ear against the cold metal wall, listening for any sound outside. Footsteps echoed in the hallway. Mia held her breath, fear flooding her. She peered through a small window in the door, her heart racing. A group of aliens stood outside, discussing something in their strange language. Their voices were sharp and harsh, sending shivers down her spine. One of them turned and pointed at the door. "Bring her," it commanded, and the others nodded. Mia's heart raced as they approached her cell. "No! Please!" she shouted, banging on the door. But the aliens opened it easily and grabbed her, pulling her out into the hall. "Where are you taking me?" she cried, trying to break free. But they were too strong. They marched her through the cold, dark corridors, and Mia could feel her hope fading. As they entered a larger room, Mia saw other humans being held in cells. Some looked scared, while others seemed angry. She realized she was not alone. But the aliens did not care. They only wanted to control her. Mia's mind raced. "I have to find a way to escape," she thought. "I won't let them win!" With determination, she vowed to stay strong and find a way to fight back. Deep down, she knew she had to believe in herself, no matter how hopeless things seemed. Back on Earth, the atmosphere was tense. News of Mia's abduction spread quickly, filling everyone with fear and worry. Her family was devastated. They gathered with friends and neighbors in their small town, discussing what to do. The local news aired reports about the aliens, showing clips of strange ships and terrifying images. In a secret military base far away, high-ranking officers watched the news with grim faces. "We have to act now!" shouted General Carter, a tall man with a stern expression. He had seen many battles and understood the threat the aliens posed to Earth. "If we don't save Mia, they will keep coming for our people." The officers nodded in agreement. They knew that Mia was not just any girl, she represented hope and courage. "But how do we fight back?" asked a worried lieutenant. "The aliens have advanced technology. We are no match for them." General Carter paused, thinking deeply. He remembered a special program that had been put on hold years ago. "We have the Cryo soldiers," he said finally. They are our best warriors, frozen in time after the last war. It's time to wake them up. With a sense of urgency, the military team rushed to the cryo chamber. Inside lay the cryo soldiers, brave men and women who had fought valiantly to protect Earth. The chamber was cold and dark, filled with high-tech equipment and rows of glass tubes. Each soldier floated in liquid, their bodies preserved in a deep sleep. The team worked quickly, activating the machines. Bright lights flashed and alarms beeped. "Prepare for awakening!" shouted an officer. As the machines hummed to life, the tubes began to open, releasing steam and revealing the soldiers inside. Slowly, the soldiers began to wake up, their eyes blinking as they adjusted to the bright lights. Confusion filled their faces, but they quickly remembered their training. "What's going on?" asked Sergeant Jenna, a strong and fierce leader. "Why have we been awakened?" General Carter stepped forward, urgency in his voice. "We need your help. Mia, a young girl, has been captured by aliens. They plan to torture her for information about Earth. We can't let this happen." The soldiers listened, a mix of determination and anger building within them. "We will rescue her," said Captain Leo, a veteran soldier known for his bravery. "We owe it to her and to all of humanity." The general outlined the plan, and the soldiers quickly sprang into action. They suited up in advanced combat gear designed to enhance their strength and speed. As they trained, they remembered the skills they had mastered in the past. Each soldier had their own unique abilities, and together they formed an unstoppable team. Meanwhile, Mia was trapped in the alien base, struggling to find a way to escape. She felt helpless, but deep down, she refused to give up. She remembered her family, her friends, and the warmth of the sun on her face. "I will get back to them," she promised herself. Back at the military base, the cryo soldiers were ready. They gathered in a room filled with maps and technology. Screens displayed information about the alien planet, showing the layout of the base where Mia was held. The team worked together, studying the maps and discussing their strategies. "We will have to be stealthy," General Carter explained. "The aliens are strong, but we have the element of surprise on our side. If we can get in and out quickly, we can save Mia before they even know we're there." The soldiers nodded, their faces set with determination. "Let's do this," Jenna said, her voice full of confidence. The soldiers felt a rush of adrenaline. They had fought for Earth before, and they would do it again. With one last look at each other, they prepared to leave. "For Mia!" they shouted in unison, their voices echoing in the room. As the soldiers boarded their ship, a feeling of hope filled the air. They knew the mission would be dangerous, but they were ready to fight for a girl they had never met. Mia's bravery inspired them, and they were determined to bring her home. The ship lifted off, soaring into the sky as they headed towards the alien planet. The soldiers looked out at the stars, ready to face whatever awaited them. They were Earth's last line of defense, and they would not let anyone down. The ship flew through the dark void of space, heading toward the alien planet. Inside, the cryo soldiers checked their gear, ensuring everything was in place. Each soldier felt the weight of their mission pressing on their shoulders, but determination filled their hearts. They were ready to save Mia. As the ship descended through the planet's atmosphere, the soldiers peered out the windows. The landscape was strange and eerie, with jagged mountains and thick forests. In the distance, they spotted the alien base, a massive structure that loomed like a fortress. Its walls glowed with an unnatural light, making it look even more menacing. "Stay focused," General Carter said, his voice calm but firm. "We need to land a safe distance away and approach on foot." The soldiers nodded, adrenaline coursing through their veins. The ship touched down in a secluded clearing surrounded by trees. As they stepped outside, the air felt heavy and cold. They gathered around General Carter, who explained their plan one last time. "We'll move in pairs," he instructed. "Jenna and Leo, you'll take the lead. Stay low and avoid detection. The rest of us will cover your back. We need to find Mia quickly." Jenna and Leo exchanged determined glances and nodded. They had faced danger before and knew the importance of teamwork. The soldiers checked their weapons, ensuring they were ready for whatever lay ahead. With stealth, they made their way through the dense forest, keeping low to the ground. The alien base grew larger as they approached, its ominous presence making their hearts race. As they neared the perimeter, they spotted guards patrolling the area. The soldiers knew they had to be cautious. "Remember, silent and swift," Jenna whispered as they moved closer. The soldiers nodded, knowing they could not afford any mistakes. They reached the base's outer wall, which was tall and covered in strange symbols. Jenna spotted a gap in the security, a place where the guards were less vigilant. "This way," she signaled, leading the way. As they slipped through the opening, they entered the base. Inside, the atmosphere felt different, darker and colder. They quickly found themselves in a long hallway lit by flickering lights. The sound of their footsteps echoed softly against the metal floor. "Stay alert," Leo said, keeping his eyes peeled for any signs of danger. The soldiers moved cautiously, sticking to the shadows. They passed rooms filled with strange machines and alien technology, but their focus remained on finding Mia. Suddenly, a loud alarm blared, startling them. Red lights flashed, and the hallway was filled with an urgent siren. "They've spotted us!" General Carter shouted. "We need to move." The soldiers hurried forward, hearts pounding. They took turns checking doors, searching for Mia. "This way!" Jenna called, leading them to a large chamber at the end of the hall. Inside, they found a control room filled with screens and consoles. Aliens rushed around, trying to respond to the alarm. "We can't fight them all!" Leo said, frustration in his voice. "Look for Mia!" Jenna urged. She spotted a large screen displaying a map of the base. "There! The holding cells are in the lower levels." The soldiers quickly scanned the room for the best way down. They spotted an elevator in the corner and rushed toward it. As they reached the doors, they heard heavy footsteps approaching. "Hurry!" General Carter shouted, pressing the button. The elevator doors opened, and they jumped inside just as a group of aliens rounded the corner. The soldiers pressed the button for the lower level, and the doors slid shut, blocking the aliens out. As the elevator descended, tension filled the air. "We're almost there," Jenna said, her voice steady. "Stay sharp. We'll need to act quickly." When the doors opened, they were greeted by a long hallway lined with cells. The soldiers stepped out, scanning the area. "There!" Leo pointed to a cell at the far end, where they saw a small figure inside. "Mia!" Jenna shouted, rushing toward the cell. But before they could reach her, a group of aliens appeared, blocking their path. "Stop!" one of the aliens yelled, raising its weapon. "Get ready!" General Carter ordered. The soldiers formed a line, prepared to fight. They would do whatever it took to save Mia, no matter the cost. The tension in the air was thick as the soldiers faced the aliens blocking their path to Mia. General Carter held his weapon tightly, determination etched on his face. "We can't let them stop us. For Mia!" he shouted. With a swift motion, the soldiers sprang into action. Leo fired his weapon, hitting the nearest alien, who fell to the ground with a thud. The other soldiers followed suit, their training kicking in as they moved in perfect sync. "Cover me!" Jenna yelled, rushing forward toward the cell. She dodged blasts from the aliens' weapons, moving like a shadow through the chaos. The team worked together, forming a protective barrier around her. As Jenna reached the cell, she saw Mia huddled inside, looking scared but unharmed. "Mia, we're here to save you," Jenna called, her voice filled with urgency. Mia's eyes widened with hope as she recognized the soldier. "Please help me!" Mia cried, her voice trembling. Jenna quickly assessed the lock on the cell. It was a strange design, unlike anything she had seen before. "I need a few seconds," she shouted to the team, knowing time was running out. Meanwhile, the other soldiers continued to hold off the aliens. Leo and Sergeant Thompson flanked the group, firing back with precision. "We can't let them surround us!" Thompson shouted, pushing back against the advancing aliens. Jenna pulled out a small device from her belt. It was a hacking tool designed for emergencies. She quickly connected it to the cell's lock and began typing furiously, praying it would work. Sweat dripped down her forehead as she concentrated. Come on, she murmured. Just then, a bright light flashed, and the lock clicked open. Yes! Jenna cheered as she swung the door open. Mia stumbled out, her eyes filled with tears of relief. Thank you, she said, hugging Jenna tightly. I was so scared. Let's go, Jenna said, pulling Mia along. The soldiers formed a tight circle around them as they backed toward the elevator. The aliens were closing in fast, and the team needed to move quickly. Retreat! General Carter ordered, leading the way back toward the elevator. They fired at the aliens, keeping them at bay, but the enemy was relentless. The sound of blaster fire echoed through the hallways, mixing with the shouts of both sides. As they reached the elevator, General Carter hit the button repeatedly. Hurry! He shouted. Just as the doors slid open, an alien lunged forward, aiming for Mia. Leo reacted instinctively, pushing Mia out of the way and taking the blow himself. "Mia, get in!" Leo grunted, his face pale as he struggled against the alien. "Go!" Jenna's heart raced. "No!"
Leo!
she screamed, but General Carter pulled her and Mia into the elevator. The doors slid shut, blocking out the chaos. "Hold on!" Carter shouted, pressing the button for the upper levels. The elevator whirred upward, but Jenna could see the pain in Leo's eyes as he fought bravely against the alien. As the doors opened, the soldiers burst out, ready to face whatever awaited them. They rushed out into the clearing around the ship, but the aliens were hot on their trail. "Where's Leo?" Jenna shouted, panic rising in her chest. "He's still in there!" General Carter yelled back, his face tense. "We have to get back for him." "Not without backup," Thompson said, scanning the area for threats. "We can't take them all on alone. Then we'll call for reinforcements," Carter decided. "Mia, stay close to us!" As the soldiers moved quickly toward the ship, they could hear the sounds of battle raging behind them. They had to hold off the aliens long enough for Leo to join them. Jenna felt a rush of determination. "We can't leave him," she declared. "We won't," Carter replied. "But we need to regroup." Just then, the doors to the base flew open and Leo appeared, bruised but still standing. "I'm not done yet!" he shouted, firing at the aliens chasing him. The soldiers cheered at the sight of their comrade, and the team quickly regrouped. "Let's get out of here," Jenna urged, leading the way to the ship. They boarded one by one, and Carter quickly pressed the launch buttons. As the ship lifted off the ground, Jenna watched the alien base shrink in the distance. They had faced danger and saved Mia, but the fight was far from over. With Leo by their side and Mia safe, the soldiers knew they would continue to fight for their planet and protect their home. The ship soared through space, leaving the alien planet behind. Inside, the atmosphere was filled with relief and joy. Mia sat among the soldiers, her heart racing with gratitude. She couldn't believe she was finally safe. General Carter stood at the front of the ship, his expression serious yet proud. "We did it, team. We saved Mia and escaped from the alien base," he said, his voice steady. "But our mission is not over. We must prepare for what lies ahead." Jenna looked around at her fellow soldiers, their faces filled with determination. They had faced danger together, and now they were more than a team. They were a family. "What's our next step, General?" she asked, eager to know their plan. Carter turned to the control panel and brought up a map of the galaxy. "We need to return to Earth and inform Command about what we've learned. The aliens are a threat, and we must be ready for their next move." "Do you think they'll come back?" Mia asked, her voice shaking slightly. She still felt the weight of her experience, the fear of being captured again. Carter nodded. "It's likely, but we have the advantage now. We've awakened our cryo soldiers, and we're ready to fight back." As the ship traveled through space, Jenna and Mia took a moment to talk. "I can't believe you came for me," Mia said, her eyes shining with emotion. "Thank you for saving my life." Jenna smiled warmly. "You're one of us now, Mia. We protect our own." Mia felt a swell of hope. She had always admired the soldiers for their bravery, but now she felt part of something bigger. "What can I do to help?" she asked eagerly. "You can start by sharing everything you remember about the aliens," Jenna replied. "Any information can be useful." Mia took a deep breath and began to recount her experiences. She spoke of the alien base, their strange technology, and how they treated her. The soldiers listened carefully, taking notes and asking questions. Meanwhile, General Carter contacted Command on Earth. "This is General Carter of the Cryo soldiers. We have successfully rescued a civilian from the alien base and returned to our ship. Requesting immediate assistance and reinforcements," he reported. "Copy that, General." "We'll send a team to your coordinates," the voice crackled back. "Prepare for a debriefing." The soldiers exchanged looks of determination. They had come so far, and now they needed to prepare for the next battle. "Everyone, listen up!" Carter called out. "We're going to train hard once we reach Earth. We need to be ready for anything." As the ship flew closer to Earth, excitement filled the air. Mia felt a mix of emotions, relief, gratitude, and a new sense of purpose. She realized she wanted to contribute to the fight against the aliens. "Can I train with you?" Mia asked, looking at Jenna. "I want to help in any way I can." Jenna grinned. "Absolutely! We'll show you the ropes. You've already shown great courage." Once they arrived on Earth, the soldiers disembarked, welcomed by the familiar sights and sounds of their home planet. Command was waiting for them, ready to hear their story. The soldiers stood tall, knowing they had much to share. During the debriefing, Mia spoke up, recounting everything she remembered about the aliens. General Carter and the others listened closely, taking notes on the alien technology and tactics she described. Afterward, the team gathered for training. Mia watched as the soldiers demonstrated their skills, moving with precision and strength. "I can learn this," she thought, determination burning in her heart. With each day, Mia trained harder alongside Jenna and the other soldiers. She learned to handle weapons and develop tactics, becoming a valuable member of the team. As time passed, Mia transformed from a scared girl into a brave fighter. The soldiers respected her, and she gained confidence with each training session. They worked together, forming bonds that would last a lifetime. One day, as they finished a grueling training exercise, General Carter gathered everyone. "I'm proud of each and every one of you," he said, looking at Mia with a proud smile. "We are stronger together, and we will be ready when the aliens return." Mia felt a sense of belonging. She was no longer just a civilian, she was a warrior. And as the sun set on the horizon, she knew that this was just the beginning of their fight. They would stand together, ready to face whatever came next.